young people are also the most affected in a sense, because what is being modeled for them to follow is dysfunction. So for youth inside the church or outside the church, what they see is dysfunction. What they see is mediocrity being celebrated. What they see is they don't see ideas being celebrated. They don't see your thinkers. They don't see your best and your brightest being celebrated. They see people who steal money, people who are not adding much in terms of value. So we've over the years gradually lowered the bar in terms of the way people think and what is expected as a citizen in society. So I hesitate to talk about how do we motivate youth, because we speak to that as if youth are a separate segment of society that are not affected by society. So it's as if our youth population is a special group of people that are insulated. That's the English word I was looking for. We talk about them as if they're an insulated demographic, so that they are a special group of people, that they are not affected by the situation around them. I think to influence young people needs to start from the understanding that they are in a dysfunctional environment, particularly young people in church. One of the things, for example, that I know that this pandemic has shown a lot of churches and pastors is how much they don't know their congregation, and how much their congregation is, and if I want to use the word, as loyal as they would believe. Because from the comfort of your home, if we're speaking for a particular demographic that have access to internet and can go to church online, from the comfort of your home, you can do 4 services in one morning and not move. As in literally, you can be on your bed and do 4 services across different time zones in different cities from your bed. Now, because of that, it's causing a lot of people to begin to ask questions around what they see, what they know. And unfortunately, it's a space that I know that people like PK are trying to fill in just providing content, providing information that can anchor your questions. Because in what he's earlier, it was so powerful that what is happening in the church is what is causing the ruckus in the world. And I use the word ruckus deliberately, PK, because of you. Because it is so, and I thought it was just such an excellent summary of what it is. So if the youth, quote unquote, in the church are seeing what's happening in the world and are not getting direction or leadership from their church, and then you hop through different services on a Sunday morning and you don't have anything that's helping you really shape what that is. And especially again to the point PK said, that when people in their giftings are operating out of their giftings. So everybody is focused on the role of a pastor when teachers are needed, when evangelists are needed, when prophets are needed. So speaking to the youth around governance, I think starting point is just to realize that the youth that we have are a reflection of the society that we have built and the society that we're running. So it's, as we think about them, let's contextualize it in society. So we must be very, very deliberate about minds, about rewiring brains. And it can't be things that we do once in a while, or it has to be a deliberate plan from whichever quarter. People like, I know, as I said, PK working on some of that, getting more people to be very deliberate about defining an audience. So are we talking primary school students? Are we talking secondary school students? Are we talking university students? Yeah, I'm a university child. I grew up on a university campus. So it's something that is very particular to me. And EA as an organization has been trying to design a program for university students just to deal with the way they think. And not in any formal structured manner, but in a really fun and exciting way that helps them connect the dots and helps them reflect on why are things this way. I want to go to Canada, I want to go to the US, Dubai this, Dubai that. But the countries, they're not from Mars. They're in this Nigeria, in this earth. Rather. They are being driven by some of your fellow Nigerians. I mean, if you list Nigerians in the US and Canada who are doing amazing things, who are in incredible positions of leadership, you dig a little bit. First degree Ife, first degree Ibadan, first degree ABU. That means they went here. That means they were products of here. If not university, secondary school here. So helping students connect those types of dots so that we see the good we see the possibilities for good. We see the possibilities that we have in a way that celebrates it and makes it okay. So that your Nigerianness, as PK said when he spoke earlier, it's not a thing of shame, but a thing of pride, while understanding, while others can look at you with disdain. There's no meeting that PK can be in. They might, if they like, asking 560 questions. But because PK will come to the table and deliver, yes, they might ask him those questions, but PK would deliver and speak for himself and show that, yes, there are challenges, but you cannot put all of us in the same bucket. If you ask me, I can name you 10 Americans who are not well, starting with their president. It's true. So we can be talking about unwell people. Our own is just blown up for a variety of reasons. And also just, let's also not be ignorant of the world order, because it makes sense for a certain demographic, a certain group of people, a certain race of people to be painted a particular way. That's just the way the world has shaped over time. So we also have to be very clear about how we take on that narrative, not as a thing of shame. I mean, you can never make me be ashamed of being Nigerian. You can't. And I think that's, I believe, how we help young people understand with them that the context is challenging, but that the seed, I mean, this country, no matter how you dice this country, for those of us in the country to those outside of the country, the facts speak for themselves. In as much as there are examples of bad eggs, but the facts of the amazing capacity of Nigerians when they're in environments where they can flourish, it's amazing. And even within Nigeria, with the many challenges, the amazing innovations in business, in just survival that Nigerians are dealing with every day, it's absolutely amazing. And we tend to also forget, and for me, it's one of the things I throw out a lot, that Nigerians can be this almost productive, if I want to use that word, with the amount of trauma, mental health. All of us have mental health cases in Nigeria. It's just a spectrum. Some people are just very bad, and some of us are still functional. Because you cannot deal with Nigeria at this level and pretend that none of it affects you, that you are quite balanced. No, all of us are affected. All of us are dealing with trauma. All of us, every single one, from your man of God to the poorest of the poor, all of us are dealing with different levels of trauma. But our ability to deal with it, our ability to accept it, or let me not say acknowledge it, and manage ourselves better, it's all just very different. But again, as a society, it's not something we talk about. It's only in the last maybe 5 years that mental health awareness has gradually begun to take on sort of some space and recognition, that people are talking about it, there's social media accounts about it, people have set up businesses to deal with it. So we're slowly getting there. So if you add all those factors, even young people, I think even if what we do for young people is just let them know that it's okay to be angry, it's okay to be frustrated, it's okay to hate your life. But having acknowledged why, how do we now get out of that? And if we deal with people's minds and hearts, now getting them ready for governance will be child's play, really.